look good on film.
Okay, we're gonna reconvene the meeting now. We'd like to apologize to all the viewers. We had some technical difficulties and we had to figure out the best way to get this back online to you all. I'm sorry. Hello, is that better? Okay, now they can hear me. We're going to reconvene the meeting. We'd like to apologize to all the YouTube viewers. We had some technical difficulties. We've gotten back online, and we're going to go ahead and restart the presentation, G2 on distance learning. So, Dr. Alvarez.
Good evening. Good evening, President Tarantino, Vice President Segura, Board of Trustees, Dr. Janney, esteemed colleagues, students, families, and community members. This evening, the teaching and learning team, Ms. Maria Esther Lizarraga, Dr. Daniel Winters, and myself, in conjunction with Dr. Fulcher, will provide an update on the distance learning plan, its development and implementation. Our focus throughout this plan has been on meeting the needs of each of our students and teachers to the extent possible. Dr. Geary, Dr. Glover, and Mr. de la Calzada will also provide brief overviews regarding essential services, the continuity plan for a district asset management program, and the device and connectivity plans, respectively. I want to begin this evening's presentation with the acknowledgement that the preparation for transforming our in-person instruction to a distance learning model has been a monumental paradigm shift for our entire educational system. This could not have happened without the collaboration of all of our labor partners, from providing nutritious meals for our students to the professional development, implementation, to actual instruction and counseling supports implemented. Our labor partners worked with us in a virtual side-by-side movement to ensure access and opportunity for our students. Our site principals, assistant principals, psychologists, program managers, and directors have also been instrumental in the implementation of this plan. This list listed before you represents some of the key individuals and teams, but it is not an exhaustive list since it truly took an entire community to make distance learning viable. Although this presentation primarily focused on distance learning, we will discuss other essential services and functions.
So part of what we wanted to share this evening is nutrition services. So we're very proud of the work that our nutrition services team has really implemented over the period of this closure. As of Monday, April 27th, we provided over 500,000 meals. This includes breakfast and lunch. And while we first started, it was initially we're distributing 5 meals per day. We moved to, once we received clearance from the CDE, the California Department of Education, we moved to providing 7 meals for our students. If you may have seen the news lately, you will see that whenever there's food distribution or meal distribution, there's a huge amount of need out in our community going on with what's going on with the COVID-19 crisis. And additionally to that, we also have a crisis in terms of what's going on with the labor force and the economy. So what nutrition services is really being on the front line to support our communities, and we just wanted to offer this opportunity to provide a kudos to our entire nutrition services team and administrators who've been out there supporting. This has really been everybody coming together to support our community. Ana Maria?
Thank you.
We also want to provide a brief update in terms of what work our team is doing regarding asset protection. So when the closure occurred, we understood that one of the essential functions that we needed to maintain was to ensure that we're protecting our assets. People are going to be out. So one of the things that we did is we came together with our custodians who provided daytime coverage, along with our gardeners, our campus assistants, and our site administrators. And we coupled that with the district maintenance team. The district maintenance team has been doing the rounds, if you will, on afternoons, during Saturdays, as well as late in the evenings. So in order to ensure that we were keeping an eye, and more importantly, just being a presence out in the community for a couple of reasons. One, first and foremost, to ensure that our community saw that we were still out there providing reassurance. Whenever that Sweetwater maintenance truck rolled into a campus, they knew that we're still around. And secondly, to ensure that we were maintaining our assets. And it was pretty basic. We're checking in, make sure that the gates are all locked, checking for any type of vandalism that may have occurred. So in essence, it's more of a visibility more than anything, and we've been partnering to ensure we keep our law enforcement partners informed as things may come up. But overall, we believe that our plan that we put in place to protect our assets have really come in to ensure that we have actually had fairly minimal impacts across our campuses. Ana Maria?
Thank you. So in conjunction with the California Department of Education and with support with the San Diego County Office of Education, we developed instructional guidelines. The CDE originally developed guidelines to ensure the continuity of instruction during the stay-at-home executive order. However, it really was the responsibility of each district to develop and finalize their plans. Distance learning as defined by the CDE includes that a teacher and a student are in different locations. Based on the CDA guidance, we developed 3 goals for our distance learning plan. The first one was to strengthen community through relationships. We wanted to ensure that social emotional learning and relationships were a focus. We believe that focusing on student safety and health was our primary focus, and that we needed to make it the forefront of our work. We also needed to acknowledge that our teachers would also need support. Working in this environment is different. It requires some resiliency, some stability, and in many cases, other issues were occurring at home, and so we wanted to provide that focus on relationships and supports for staff and students. We also wanted to ensure that there was a promotion for enrichment and productivity, meaning that we provided some online activities for students to do prior to spring break and during spring break, and also during the week when the 2 weeks that we were doing professional development. We want to know that as we focused on the opening on April 6th, we wanted to ensure that teachers and counselors and administrators were checking in and connecting with students. And the third and final one was really to maintain a continuity of learning, providing instructional supports for students as we process through the distance learning model.
In terms of the professional development that we offered, we first began by surveying our nearly 1,800 teachers to find out their needs for distance learning. And based on those results, we reached out to expertise within our Sweetwater to develop that PD. We delivered over 100 sessions for teachers, counselors, and administrators, and 90 to 95% of those presenters were Sweetwater teachers. Feedback from those sessions was over 90% positive. And the next slide is 2 videos, very short videos that show you some of the benefit that the attendees enjoyed.
Hi, my name is Jessica. I wanted to send a big thank you to Rosanita, Marie, Jonathan, Tina, and Eric for providing the support and making sure that all the teachers are ready for distance learning. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Greg Cobb. I work at East Hills Academy, and I just want to throw a shout out to Mari Chase, the librarian over at Eastlake, and the librarian for Chula Middle, who did the amazing job on the presentations. I learned a lot. I thank you guys for sharing, and keep up the good work.
I wanted to provide with you a brief overview of the distance learning website. When we started working with distance learning, our team of TOSAs and resource teachers vetted a tremendous